Imagine this: you're sailing through a vast, uncharted ocean, shrouded in fog and mystery. Your ship is battered by storms, your crew is starving, and your only hope is a map that might be nothing more than a dream. This is the world of Ferdinand Magellan, a man who dared to challenge the unknown and change the course of history forever. In 1519, Ferdinand Magellan set out on a mission that seemed impossible. He and his crew of 250 men aboard 5 ships, Trinidad, San Antonio, Concepcion, Victoria, and Santiago, embarked on a journey to find a western route to the Spice Islands. These islands, rich with valuable spices like cloves and nutmeg, were the ultimate prize in a world where spices were worth more than gold. But little did Magellan know that his voyage would lead him to the greatest discovery of his life, the Pacific Ocean. The journey began in Seville, Spain, with high hopes and a sense of adventure. However, the first few months were filled with challenges. The ships faced harsh weather, mutinies, and the loss of one of their vessels, the Santiago, which was wrecked while exploring the coast near Port San Julian. The crew had to make a grueling overland march to return to the other ships, and during this time, they encountered a Patagonian giant, a living legend that added to the mystique of their voyage. In late August 1520, Magellan's fleet reached the mouth of the Santa Cruz River. Here, they stayed for a couple of months, waiting for the southern spring to arrive. This period was crucial, because Magellan needed to find a passage through the continent. He was aware that the continent was vast, and finding a way through it would be a monumental task. The crew, however, was not prepared for the complexity of the challenge ahead. On October 21, 1520, just 4 days after leaving the Santa Cruz River, Magellan and his crew encountered an opening that looked like a bay. They were skeptical at first, thinking it might be another dead end. But Magellan, driven by his determination and possibly guided by a secret map he had seen in the King of Portugal's treasury, decided to explore it. This decision led them to the Strait of Magellan, a narrow and winding passage that would take them 38 days to navigate. The Strait of Magellan was a maze of small islands, narrow channels, and unexpected turns. The crew faced constant challenges, including harsh winds known as willywaws, which could capsize a ship in an instant. Despite the difficulties, Magellan's leadership and navigational skills kept the fleet moving forward. He sent the San Antonio, the largest ship, to investigate a possible seaward opening, but it turned out to be a dead end. The San Antonio's pilot, Esteban Gomez, who hated Magellan, mutinied and sailed back to Spain. This was a significant blow, but Magellan did not give up. After 38 days of navigating the strait, Magellan and his remaining 3 ships finally reached the open sea. The crew was overjoyed, and Magellan wept with relief. He named the new ocean the Pacific because of the calm waters they encountered. However, their troubles were far from over. The Pacific Ocean was vast, and Magellan's estimates of its size were woefully off. He expected to reach the Spice Islands in a few weeks, but it took them 3 months and 20 days to cross the ocean. During this time, the crew suffered immensely. They ran out of fresh food and had to survive on biscuits infested with worms, rat urine, and hard ox hides. Many of the crew members developed scurvy, a disease caused by a lack of vitamin C, and 19 men died. Despite these hardships, Magellan's leadership and the crew's resilience kept them going. Finally, on November 28, 1520, they reached Guam, an island in the western Pacific. The native people were friendly but greedy, and they stole everything of value from the ships. Magellan named these islands the Isles of Thieves. After a brief stop to gather supplies, they continued their journey and reached the Philippines in March 1521. In the Philippines, Magellan met the King of Cebu, who pretended to convert to Christianity and asked Magellan to help him defeat a rival tribe on the island of Mactan. Magellan, despite the warnings of his crew, agreed to help. On April 27, 1521, while leading an attack on the island, Magellan was killed by the Mactan warriors. His death was a significant loss, but the expedition continued under the leadership of Juan Sebastián del Cano. The remaining ships faced more challenges, including the need to burn the Concepcion because it was unseaworthy. The Trinidad, unable to make the journey back to Spain, tried to cross the Pacific to Panama but failed and returned to the East Indies. The Victoria, under Del Cano, took the western route around the Cape of Good Hope. Despite facing hunger, thirst, and scurvy, the Victoria finally arrived back in Seville on September 8, 1522, with only 18 of the original 250 men. Magellan's voyage was a remarkable feat of human endurance and exploration. It not only opened up the Pacific Ocean to European exploration, but also proved that the Earth was indeed round. The expedition's success, however, was also a result of the secrecy and competition that defined the age of exploration. The Portuguese and Spanish empires, in their quest for dominance, kept their navigational secrets closely guarded. The Portuguese, in particular, were known for their strict policies. They even threatened death to anyone who leaked information about their routes. This secrecy was designed to maintain their monopoly over the valuable trade routes to Asia. Despite these efforts, some information did leak out, and maps of Asia began to circulate in Europe. The Spanish, too, tried to keep their discoveries secret. They stored their official charts in a lockbox with two keys, one held by the pilot major and the other by the cosmographer major. However, this did not stop the spread of information. Sebastian Cabot, a Venetian-born navigator who served as the pilot major to Emperor Charles V, tried to sell the secret of the strait to both Venice and England. The secrecy and monopoly of the Portuguese and Spanish empires had a significant impact on the age of exploration. While it helped them maintain their control over the new trade routes, it also hindered the broader advancement of knowledge and exploration. It was only through the brave efforts of explorers like Magellan that the world began to understand the true size and complexity of the Earth. In the end, Magellan's voyage was a testament to human courage, determination, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Despite the challenges and the ultimate cost of his life, Magellan's legacy lives on as a symbol of what can be achieved when we dare to explore the unknown. His journey through the Pacific and the discovery of the vast ocean beyond the Strait of Magellan changed the world forever.